The rivers are finally receding, but it's been a months-long flood fight for many in eastern North Dakota. Jacob Morris has more.
A scene that looked like this in Drayton in mid-May has now improved to this. And when water was once on the interstate near Pembina, that scene has also improved. But the impacts of the overland and river flooding from the past couple of months will last. Overall, it's been the worst spring for flooding in the Red River Valley in more than a decade. The 1997 flood is still the hallmark event throughout the region, especially in Grand Forks, with the flood of 2009 placing high in the rankings for many cities in the valley. For instance, in Pembina, the 1997 crest still holds the record, with this year's peak occurring on May 7th in third place. These satellite images from 2020 versus 2022 show what normal conditions should look like compared with just how much of an aerial extent the floodwaters consumed when they were at their peak in mid-May. 1 year ago, these areas were begging for rain as they were in a severe to extreme drought, but the pattern drastically changed, especially heading into last winter.
Back in the late January and February timeframe, we were thinking it was going to be a big issue because we were dealing with so many winter storms.
And the moisture kept coming with top 10 precipitation totals for meteorological spring in both Grand Forks and Fargo.
And it doesn't stop. So we get a week of break or 5-6 days of break, and then we get another 1 to 2 inch rain. So you can see that pattern just continued where nothing was really getting a chance to dry off.
As the water continued to pile up, farms were inundated and dams even needed to be stabilized with sandbags.
These huge landscape floods, do affect these rural areas. There's a lot of efforts in place to try and mitigate those by these type of things, but it just takes time and dollars.
And as the water slowly recedes this year, those in eastern North Dakota are hoping for a break from the rain. Reporting for your news leader, I'm Jacob Morris.
Cities in the Red River Valley are still adding up the costs of the flooding, but leaders say the fast pace of this year's flooding was an added challenge as well.